Good afternoon, Colin here with Techout, and today we're going to be talking about some of the best new features in iOS 17 and iPadOS 17. And these are going to be features that make using iOS a lot easier and customizing your phone a lot better. So we'll start off here with my iPhone 14 Pro on iOS 17. And first things first is when you customize a lock screen, you can now adjust the thickness of the clock. And I find that really nice. Because the text size really just pairs well with different wallpapers and stuff like that. So I have this kind of, dark but, semi-colorful wallpaper right here. It's got some colors on it, and then dark over here. And I just think the thin clock looks really nice with that. So that is my first favorite feature on the customization section. Second being, staying with the lock screen, is if you plug your phone in, we'll just put it on a little MagSafe charger right here. So you can see the phone is charging, and then if we turn it off to the side like this, like it was sitting on a nightstand, it unlocked. Keep it locked. After a second, you will get the standby mode, maybe. We're still in a beta, so it is a little finicky sometimes. There we go. So standby mode, and you can do different clocks over here, stocks, all this kind of stuff. It's got different widgets and stuff. You can customize. You can also have it turned on to where you can get notifications on there. So if you go into your settings here, you scroll down to standby, night mode right here. So night mode makes it red and low ambient light just to make it easier on your eyes. Motion to wake. Now if you have an iPhone that is always on display compatible, so any of the iPhone 14 Pros, it will all be always on. So you can turn that off up here if you don't want it always on, and then you can just have the motion to wake. If you have any other iPhone that does not have an always on display, it will just be the motion to wake. You can use this with any iPhone that supports iOS 17, but only the 14 Pros have the always on function. And then you can choose whether you want to show notifications right here. Notifications that are set to critical will always show, but you can turn off your regular notifications and everything right there as well. Second favorite feature, I guess third, is the fact that you can now use your widgets with without having to open the app. So if we scroll through here, like I have reminders right here, you can actually complete a reminder right there on the lock screen or on the home screen without having to open the app. In iOS 16, if you tap that, it would just open the app, and then you'd have to do it in there. So that is very nice. We'll get back to this on iPad here in a second with the widgets, because I do have some extra ones on there to show you with how that functions. Second thing, or fourth thing, I don't know why I can't count, is the fact that you can now have call screens. I'm not going to open that up because it's going to have phone numbers on it, but you can customize call screens like you can with your profile pictures or your message pictures, whatever you want to call them, on messages. Now you get a full screen for calling. So very, very nice there. And that's some of my favorite features on iOS 17 that pertain just to the iPhone. Now we'll go ahead and talk about some of my favorite stuff that carries over on to the iPad. So right here, we have my iPad mini. It's the 6th gen mini. We have it in landscape mode right now, and you can see we have the widgets over here on the left. So now with iPadOS 17, you can customize your lock screen. You could not do that before on iPadOS 16. They did not carry that over like they did from the iPhone. Let me wipe this off real quick. So you have this right here with your widgets. Let me actually turn this around so I can stand it up on the stand. There we go. So you have your widgets right there. Now what's cool about this is if you put it in portrait, obviously you're not going to have a ton of room, so there is a separate setup for widgets in portrait mode, and that you can customize separately. Right here, if you go into customize, you can customize these widgets right here. You turn it to the side, you can customize those widgets over there. So it's completely independent, which is very nice. And getting back to the widgets I was talking about on the home screen, is the fact that they are now interactive. You don't have to open an app. they have a home one, so you can turn your lights on and off right here from the home screen or the lock screen, the home screen. You don't have to open an app to do that. Before, you'd have like a home thing. It would just give you like status about your home, your lights, how many were on, that kind of stuff. You tap it, you'd have to open the app. So now you can do that right there from the home screen. No app opening required. You can do this with music, all that kind of stuff. You can play, pause, all that with your music. Bunch of different apps support that. Like I said, you have your reminders here. You can just tap your reminder and mark it done. You don't have to go through the app, all that kind of stuff. I don't think I have any notification stacks on here. Yeah, they're all just singles. But there's that. And that's pretty much it for like iPadOS, the home screen customization, that kind of stuff, and then all the other stuff that carries over with the from the iPhone with iOS 17. But those are some of my favorite new features that make using iOS devices a lot better, in my opinion, and make customizing them a lot more fun, and you get a better experience, and it's just a lot easier to get your day-to-day tasks done with iOS 17 and iPadOS 17. If there's anything else you guys want to see in iOS 17, iPadOS 17, if you want me to make a video on it, let me know down in the comments section below. If you don't have this installed and there's something you want me to try out, let me know. This is beta 2 for the record, so things are subject to change from what I have shown here before the public release is out. Things may get added, things may get removed, and things may function differently once we get to September and the final release. But that's pretty much what we're looking at right now with iOS 17, iPadOS 17. I'm Colin with Techout. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And as always, have a great day.